Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Proverbs with Paul in the afternoon. We have moved on to chapter 2 of Proverbs. And in verse 1, we read these words. My son, if you will receive my words and treasure my commandments within you. So Solomon starts off, my son, and that sense of being the student. Some people like that sense of having a father who is teaching them as a father would teach his son. But often there is a sense in which we don't want to be a son, we want to be a father, and we want to be the ones telling those others what we have learned, what we know, what we think. And being a student and being, as it were, a teacher, in life, we play both roles. And in many things that we do, we are learning from people, and other times we are teaching people. But whether we are a learner or a teacher, the reality is that we should always be willing to listen. And so Solomon starts chapter 2 with that conviction declaration and says, my son, meaning I am speaking, therefore I am the teacher, and I am speaking to a son who is the learner, the one learning what I am about to say. He says, my son, if you will receive my words. So before we're in a position to receive his words, we need to make sure that we're, as it were, the humble one in the communication conversation, that we're positioned ourselves as the learner. And that's okay. You're not less as a person because you become a learner. In fact, you are applying the very wisdom you need in order to be able to learn. My son, if you will receive my words, and the reality of receiving is to have those God-given truths resting and living in your innermost being. If you will receive my words and commandments within you. And so that's where God wants to get his wisdom. He wants to get it deep within us so that it becomes a part of us. When we love God with our hearts, we listen to what God says. When we love God because we're afraid of God, we only do what he says when he's not looking. But we need to be those who love God with our hearts. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.